is easy. Good evening. So want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. We say thank you for joining us here this evening here to running beyond the time here. As you know, we are in a major holiday season and a lot of errands has been run to make sure everything is okay. But notwithstanding, because of you, we'll always be here to keep it current, to keep it going, and to have a conversations of so many things that is ongoing. Today is Wednesday. This is All Things Considered. I want to be having a conversation. If this is the first time, we say you are wholeheartedly welcome. This is the Liberia Public Radio. Mr. Craig, good to have you here. Thomas and Dukley, Mr. Dukley. I'm not sure. Probably that seems to be I could be wrong. Maybe if this is the first time bumping into us here, we say you are wholeheartedly welcome. This is the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. And of course, Mr. Hayes is in the house here. We say good evening. Good to have you here. The Benene is here as well. Oh man, Liberian man. I don't know when Ghana man will enter the house. Who say good evening. Good to have you. Mr. Kroma is here. Good to have you. Thank you so much. And we say happy Christmas in advance. And to those of falling from inside Liberia, if you're in Liberia, we say happy Christmas. And we all pray that we hope and pray that we all trying to get to cross the line to get us to be where we are and potentially for the year 2026. Wow, time so fast, man. Welcome to the show. This is All Things Considered. And hopefully you will form part of our tonight conversation as well. That is to give you voice, to talk about your country, some of the things that are happening, and what we need to do as a people. And we're going to digress to look at some of the things that are happening as well. This is Alfonso Zia. So welcome to the show. Good evening. This is the Diaspora Informative News Magazine. I am Alfonso Zian, host of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe, right here in the USA, Liberia, and other parts of the world. We say happy Christmas. We already there. People in Liberia, they are already in Christmas. Other parts of the world, they are already observing it, and we are gradually marching to enter 2026. What would that year bring for us as a people, as a nation, and as individual within ourselves? We are also part. We are elements, subsets of the bigger cell, which is Liberia. It doesn't matter where we are, whether we are in the diaspora or we are inside Liberia. We do have an obligation to make our country to be what it is. I'm not sure whether we're going to have a renewed sound to make sure that all of us recalibrate. It's not just on the government alone. Not Bamon, Mr. Bamon, good to have you. Mary, good to have you here. Kidbet, how do you call this? Stanley Kidbet. I hope I'm calling your name. Henry is marching in. If you are just holding that this is the first time on this platform, we say you are wholeheartedly welcome. This is the Diaspora Informative News Magazine, Liberia Public Radio, and Lpr-Tv. This is what we do here, and this is all things considered. And this is the lead angle of this network. The guy was doing everything possible to give you voice when others try to silence you because of their disagreement to the politics, or you not, agree with them. They create artificial phone line, and they have been celebrated by their allies, by those that support them. But notwithstanding, we will stay here and we'll have this conversation. But I hope 2026, as we gradually progress, going to Christmas, to New Year, and eventually 2026, the old man will get across the borderline. And we must do things as people who, enters the new year and do it differently. And this is why we always here to keep the news fair, balanced, proportional, and leaving no one behind in the national conversations of our country. This is all things considered. The show is on the way. Let's have a quick commercial commitment, and I will be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Just call today. This is LPR. The show is about to get on the way. The most liberal on this network is based in Saxtown. That is Sacramento, California, the most liberal state. He is doing everything possible he can, massively recruiting, cheering squad led by Clarence Davis and others. To limit the voices of the people here. Let's have a conversation. This is the rhythm that introduces the program, All Things Considered. Got a ball rolling. Time fast spends. We've already been running behind time. Let me bring in the liberal progressive, a strong supporter of President Jose Newman Boakai, is in Sacramento, California. It's right here. Let me bring in the liberal progressive. Liberal, good evening. Good to have you here. I am not hearing you. Do not be afraid. Don't be intimidated. We have not even started here. Unmute your microphone, please.
Good evening, Mr. So. Thank you for having us, and we appreciate it.
I'm going to do the unusual tonight. And I've been led, there's a conviction that aiming, I must take care, you either accept it, you are at liberty to accept, to welcome it, to see it in good faith, and to put on, as usual, your bulletproof jacket to reject it. So I've been to pray for you. It might sound hilarious, it might sound something, but something have led me to pray for you because we are going into the birth of Jesus Christ and we are gradually going to 2026. So this is how you're going to go. Father God, we want to thank you. We want to bless you for your patience, for your tolerance. There's no word that we have to say. You paid the price on Calvary for the liberal progressive and his ally. You took their sin, but yet they are still carrying his baggage. Father, we pray as we gradually move into 2026, this old man must be genuine, must be honest with his audience. The habit of creating artificial line, thereby limiting others to express their views, their opinions about their country. Father, let's cast that demon, let it remain in 2025. And not just only him, there are people surrounding him, are holding him hostage. And he seems to misuse the talent, Father God, that you are giving him. We pray for Clarence Davis as well. We pray for the men supposedly who's supposed to be the reverend and speak out the truth. These people have been contaminated by the Lpr. With your strength, we say, deliver him, forgive him. Let we restore redemptions on the Lpr and his folks. For them being so disingenuous and being so ridiculous every night on this network. Father God, forgive thee, for they do not know what they are doing. Good evening, Liberal, to welcome. I've been led by this to do it. I'm not sure whether you are happy, but everybody needs salvation.
Thank you, Mr. So every prayer is welcome. A prayer to the heaven on us is welcome. It's a amen for us. Doesn't matter what type of language it is, but as long as you're calling the Father name, associating the Father with us, we appreciate it. We say thank you for the prayer. And then we will continue to pray for ourselves for long life. And in 2026, we will be here as a counterweight in Jesus' name to continue to make sure many of you guys, your dreams of trying to derail the progress of this government does not become real. Your dream of bringing back the most corrupt government official in the Republic of Liberia history will not be accepted. The people of the Republic of Liberia will be led by God, who you pray to, the Father of God, who you just call his name, and he will then make you wait again, just like he did.
You can have prayer in prayer. Hold on one second.
We just, Mr. So I'm just trying to tell
no,
you.
hold on. Let me just tell
Saying
you.
Thank you very much. I said thank you very much for your prayer.
All you need to do is come to do is an altar call. That's what you're supposed to be there and raise.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm
you
telling you.
have a prayer in prayer.
I'm not praying. I'm just telling you your prayer has been accepted. God will bless us. What God is telling us, what God will do for us is to guide us in the process. That this president is successful. That this president who God has brought to us will be successful. And I thank you for praying that. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. And I hope you're going to get that prayer out to your people, your supporters, and those followers who so much believe in you. You can turn the post around. Okay, Libra, good to have you. Today is Wednesday. All things considered, a little after 9 o'clock, 9:14, and pretty well in Liberia. The Christmas Canada is on now. They are in the Christmas now. I would say happy Christmas to the president, the people of the Republic of Liberia, as we observe this Christmas, eventually New Year in 2026. We hope the new year will bring some sort of a new administrative leadership with the hope of making Liberia what it ought to be. So we pray for that sense of direction. Libra, good to have you here. This is all things considered last happening here. But us have a little bit of conversation. Let's do a clearing out here. What are your plans for this holiday? What's going on? And I know there will be not. We just have to ask. I'm aware. I know what is going on. I don't think it's a good one, but still, with the courage, you being a very strong person, we still sign up to be here to do what we're doing. So what's going through your mind?
Well, first of all, I just want to say here, thank God that we're still here. Thank God for His mercy. We are here. And this Christmas, it's wonderful to have all of our family members. We'll still be able to talk to all the family members. And we will continue to do that. And it's just a blessing. It's a blessing to be here. And we pray to God that the people of Liberia and the Liberian government, whoever is leading, will see wisdom that we continue to do the good thing for the country, and so that the country will move forward instead of being behind. When countries around us in West Africa used to pretty much consider us as their uh, how they call it, big brother, and they were counting on us on a lot of stuff, and now we seem to be falling behind. However, they think about it. What some of us believe is that every man you walk, you fall, but you must have the ability to get up and do well. And so Liberia fell, and now it's getting up. And we're hoping that the future leaders, those who are going to continue to stay in the vanguard of leading us, will try to make us to stand, not to fall anymore. And for these, we continue to ask God. And this Christmas it's not isolated. Every one of us are here because of that, and we say thank God for that. But as far as Christmas is concerned, it's the birthday of our Christ, and we appreciate that.
All right. For so long, we claim badge government officials, oppositions, ordinary people, and what we have not done to ourselves to checkmate ourselves, we in the media industry, our responsibility, we are aimed gradually hitting 20, I would say to all our folks, Henry, good to have you here. Tell about welcome, happy uh, Christmas, prosper New Year's, and 2026. But I just want to have a conversation because we are gradually dragging into 2026. And it's quite interesting to see how the media industry, whether people that are doing the podcasts, they're having a program, talk show, all of these things, they are different things here. Why is your own expectations, including that yourself? I do not want you to remove yourself from in the same here. I want you to be honest because it is contingent upon us, we who sit behind the microphone, in as much we pledge our support, our loyalty, be it the ruling party, the opposition, we do have responsibility as a media institutions as to how we coin our thoughts, our conversation. It does have an impact uh, on society and things that are happening in your country. Let's turn these cameras off and take a little bit deep breath. What different will we see in the talking point, or if you were to call on your friend in the media world, whether they are talk show hosts, whether they are a program or whatever, what is the expert? What do you want to see happening in 2026 in the media world?
Thank you, Mr. So I think we have to be sincere, and in this type, you see, when you bring these type of conversation on, then you hear the truth and see the truth side of me, which is always
Oh,
the case. Yes, because I feel bad for you sitting on this platform every night. You are a trained journalist. You know the ethic of the journalistic ethic is part of you. You have interviewed presidents, vice presidents, and everyone else. But yes, you sit on this platform with us. We
With
ask
you,
with
let's
me,
narrow down with
with
you.
me, with
Mhm.
me, who is not a trained journalist. I am an engineer, but I happen to be a platform host, not claiming to be journalist, but a platform host who is able to decipher truth from false. And I am a social media fly by night journalist, if you want to call it as such. And I'm not alone. Sadly, I'm not alone. They are the true journalists among us. And I feel bad for them because their voice is being drummed out. For example, and I'll just use you as an example, and I'm being very sincere here. When we are engaging, there are certain language based on journalistic ethic that you know when the ethic of journalism will not allow you to use certain language. For me, I can say nobody here for him more. My here for him, but that's not a journalistic language.
Okay, no,
But
this
Mr.
one,
So,
yeah, no, hold on. I want this to be very interactive here. This too much of you talk here. We got to give people a different taste. And my vision for this network as we move into 2026 here,
forget it. We're not following you. 2020 say I still the same fly by night journalist. I am changing my behavior. Please don't even start that. But let me no, Mr. So on a very serious note, as I was saying. So for you, when you come on and continue to interview people, you ask questions that from your training, you're trying to ascertain some information or gain some information from your subject matter. For me, when I interview somebody, were you stealing yesterday? Are you intent? Is that your intent to steal tomorrow? You will not ask questions like that. The point that I'm making here, Mr. So, is this: in 2026, Liberians must be able to have the ability to say this person who has a platform or this person is perhaps being a true journalist than the other people. Now, does that sit well with the politicians themselves? The politicians like to use the fly-by-night journalists like us to get their dirty message out because we are not bound by the journalistic ethic like you are. And so they will use some of us to pollute the
are
information
you
outside. Mr. So, can I
no,
finish my
no,
speech?
listen, I don't,
All right,
it's,
go ahead,
this is
go ahead.
where you're supposed to be towering.
Okay, go
According
ahead,
to
go
me,
ahead.
it's one of those other names. Are you currently being used?
No, not yet.
You were used before?
No, never. But not yet. Every one of us have price. As Mr. Prince Sharif said yesterday, he has a check that he's going to share with the public soon. That they said the government Republic of Liberia is issuing me a check. I hope to see that check. Maybe that I can benefit from. But on a very serious note, I know Prince Sharif was just playing around. But on a very serious note, Mr. So, this is my concern in the coming years because the politician will want to use those who do not have the ethical uh, way of being able to carry out news. They will use people who are not bound by by the journalistic ethic. People who just get up and rather than just talk tabata. In fact, because of that, they call it tabata. When you were growing up, when was the last time? What's his name? Chuck Bayon. When was the last time? What's his name? Gabriel Williams. Gabriel Nimley. I'm sorry, Gabriel. Even Gabriel Williams and those what's his name,
Moses
Shaka
Washington.
Corner, and all of those good journalists, Kamara, and all of those that people that used to be the vanguard to bring the news to the Liberian people. When was the last time they spoke the word? I'm writing Tabata. Oh, I'm going to be talking Tabata tonight. Because that is not what they were trained to do. On the other hand, those of us that have no training in this area, but because we know how to talk, we talk Tabata. That is the difference. And I will hope the Liberians that are seeking true information to make decisions that will affect their lives need to look among us and say who's talking Tabata and who's the true journalist.
So does that mean you, those who are in the business of talking Tabata, if I can use you as a case study, perhaps, are you one of those that talk the Tabata?
Mr. So, I say I will be truthful, but I'm not here to be truthful to the detriment of my own journalist career. I'm not going to do that.
No, what we are
You
doing
can
is
scratch your head because I love it when liberal do that to you because
what
you
we are
just
doing
I
is
love it when
to
liberal come in and boom you like that. That's a good one.
no, what
Every
we are
time when I
doing
see
here tonight. Let's
Mr. So okay,
don't
all right.
worry, about people who looking at you and
But
what could be their judgment. But
Mr.
what I'm
So,
saying,
who among the audience or in the people who watching or whoever they face? Yeah, I talk Tabata.
okay. So people who talk Tabata, is their action deliberate or are they doing it for political purposes?
Now, let me be very careful here tonight, since we're on this, and I'll be very serious on this. Yes, I talk Tabata. Yes, other people talk Tabata. However, there are those who are not trained journalists, but they are bringing information out to the Liberian people that is being utilized by the Liberian people to make sound decisions
What
that
is
will
the
affect their
example?
lives.
What could be the example of what you're making reference to?
I'll give you an example. Henry Costa. He's not a trained journalist, but he brings information to the people that will affect that when they use it correctly will benefit them. Witherspoon, Stanton Witherspoon, bring out information to the people that if they utilize it effectively will benefit them. But none of those guys are claimed to be a trained journalist.
So okay, and I want us to have this conversation here tonight and lead people too much. Now, what is the essence of information? Are they processing those informations accurately? Are they giving us information with a due process? For example,
This,
I'm com-
Mr. So, I'm going to interrupt because I know exactly where your question is going. This, as an intellectual, trained journalist as you are, this is what set you apart from us. We give you the information as raw as it is. We don't sanitize it. We don't filter it. We give it to you. If it's red, we tell you it's red. You as a journalist, in your own trained mind, or information comes out to you, you will do your best to authenticate that. You will do your best to make sure the sources are credible enough. You will do your best to say, how do I pass this information on to the Liberian people that it does not become negative in their reaction? You, as a trained journalist, will do that.
not
Let me
necessarily
finish
negative.
now. Let me finish now. Me, on the other hand, I go with men by door. Whether I red door, blue door, I don't care. Men by the door. That's a story for me. I need to go investigate where door, what are the door, they happy in peace, or I know men by door. If I get information to say the government, somebody was stealing yesterday, I said the people say the man was stealing. You, on the other hand, as a trained journalist, you will not do that. So the point that I'm making here tonight, Mr. So, and we're going to talk more on this, but the point that I'm making here tonight, Liberians themselves, this coming year, if they are not careful in how to consume the social media information, it will affect them. And I'm saying to my brothers and sisters, there are many of us who got swim off.
Hmm.
They all saw me here, I can be dancing for President Wagai. But however, I'll do my best to be truthful as much as possible. But I am not bound by journalistic ethic to do all that surround this profession. I am not. I am not. I come out. I'm a talk show host. What is
No,
that?
okay, I think you are using that's the right word. You are using the talk show host. Now, now you are now sounding an alarm way ahead, which is a good thing to see how people can really.
But I guess don't try to use it against me because I will flip over. Kaifo, young well, okay? I will flip over. You know that. So let's get a conversation. I'll be truthful with you tonight.
No, yeah, I mean, and this is what people going to kind of like skilled or judge your statement. This video going to be there, and they're going to see it now. Were you in the entering? Now, sounding this good alarm is good, but you are also part of what we are talking. All of us are part of what we are talking. How then do you go into process your information, the sentiments, your feelings? And that's not what we're supposed to be doing as
And that's what I
presenters.
said from the beginning. I feel bad for you. Because, for example, those of us that play football, when you see the game going, interesting soccer game match between two teams, and you know your position, and somebody playing that position, before that person get the ball, if you don't guess 100% of the time, you're most likely gonna guess 75% of the time what he intend to do with that ball, because you've been there and you've seen it. You, on the other hand, Mr. Soul, when these, I give you an example, and this is a perfect example. We all glued to a spoon last night about speaker issues, what was happening, personal issues. How is that? Those kinds of information. What exactly was the intent? Was those kinds of information be discussed in the in spoon ballroom, in spoon editorial room, to say how we need to put this information out? What it was the intent? How do they intend for the public to consume that? Was those things discussed? And what was the result? If the public get this information, what is your intent? What do you think the public need to do about it? Was that discussed? Now, in true journalist faction, if you guys sit down to put out a news such as was put out yesterday, first they're going to have to determine what's the purpose of this. What are we trying to achieve? Those ideas are going to have to be discussed. Quite recently, here in the United States, this gone Sunday, CBS, I call it CBS 60 Minute, was supposed to do a program on what's his name, Stevie Miller, and the head of CBS program, he said, no, we're not going to pull it when it's not ready, because there were certain things that they felt was missing. Because that's the journalistic ethic, will not permit them to do such. Me, on the other hand, I am not bound by that, and I'm not alone. I must be truthful, but I'm not bound by me to say, I put the information out there, hey, come on, that are business. This is what I'm saying to you tonight, Mr. Soul. Honestly.
Do you see that as a problem for society?
Yes. As a patriot Liberian, someone who loved Liberia, yes, I agree. I agree that yes, it is a problem. However, it is also our duty And then again, this is where I say I feel bad for people like you. Because you, on the other hand, when you see us make these kind of thing, then you say, no, I want to educate Liberians so that they will be able to understand what is news and what is not news, what is gossip and what is not gossip. Here in the United States, back in the 80s or 60s, 70s, they have the National Enquirer. In fact, they have a term they use here, mainstream media.
Yeah.
That means the media that really go into stuff, they don't just get and put it out. They want credibility. They're supposed to be trustworthy. We, on the other hand, we are not bound by, I keep telling you that, we are not bound by that. However, we want audience to trust us. So it is the audience duty to say, okay, this news that is coming, how do I process it? What do I use it for? How do I use it? That is the audience responsibility. So we want people who are also sophisticated to listen to us. So that if we're talking about Tabata, they say, oh, you don't want about Tabata, you forget it. I give you an example going back to yesterday's incident. What was the purpose? What did we gain out of it yesterday? Despite being salacious and what have you, but what did we get out of it? To be honest with you, as Liberians, are we saying because of that now we're going to disqualify Kuhn position as being speaker?
It's not even going to. We just hurt ourselves.
That's my point. But here's the, let me break the news. I feel bad for you again tonight. The liberal is all there. I feel bad for you again tonight, Mr. So. You on your own. You go ahead and begin. But what are you going to say? You say, you can't get up because this is what you're trained to do.
Now, do you intend, from what I try to sense out, you feel the conscience within yourself that, that you say should be held accountable on things you do, but politics all factor in. Do you intend to change that sort of narrative?
No. When I was growing up, when you go to Ivory Coast, man, I'm from Grand Gita, by the way. So Ivory Coast, I got my grandma from Ivory Coast. When you go to Ivory Coast, the Ivorian, those days, the young people just like us, they say, oh, Libya people that are so loyal. Every Liberian that you, even up to now, believe that they are loyal. They know law. So, however, when it's time to go to court of law, there are those who are trained in that profession to carry out certain duty. Not because you think you're a lawyer, you're going to go and represent somebody. No. On the other hand, this, what we're doing here, the social media, have allowed people that have no training whatsoever in journalistic behavior, in carrying out journalistic ethic, but because they have platform that people gravitate towards. Whether they cause Marcos or that Marcos that journalist, Mr. So Liberia got problem. But when the people come to do Marcos, they get 1,000, 2,000 viewers. Why? Why do we gravitate towards the thing? Those are the kinds of questions that we have to ask ourselves. And once the answers start coming up among us, then the trajectory of Liberian future, it will go fly up. But as long as the social media can allow us to muddy the water of the truth and untruthful behavior, but because people watch us and we got huge platform, we say anything, we talk about anybody.
Do you remember doing that? Or you still doing that? Muttering things as a result, your actions, your ability to persuade people, they make some wrong.
I hate to bust your bubble. I'm not on a witness stand here tonight.
We are having a conversation.
Yeah, well, we're having a conversation, but I can plead the fifth if I want.
So are you pleading the fifth?
I'm
That
pleading
way,
the fifth on this one now.
the audience, the expectations of
I
the
just
audience
told
is
you
so.
the journalistic ethic that you're bound by. I am not. Then you're gonna come and ask me something that I'm gonna tie myself down. What wrong with you? I'm gonna tie my. I don't do it. I'm not tying myself down, baby. I'm not tying myself down. I just told you.
Can this be fixed?
Yes, yes,
How?
by the audience. The audience, on a very serious note.
No, the audience, no, listen, the audience, they are the consumer of the information
Yes, yes, yes. But
and
why
the
were you? Why?
presenter of the information because they are on the receiving end.
Right.
Your
But here's
ability, no, listen, your ability
to
to
derail my own
catalog,
show.
eh?
I beg you want me to derail my show? I'm not going to do that. What I'm telling you, and I'm being very honest with you, the audience must be able to say, this one we will not take. This does not help the country move the country forward. This other subject matter is not something that we're willing to allow. Okay? The audience are the one need to fix it. But as long the
Do
audience,
you, so meaning, I'm trying to make sense, and I know it's a very difficult situation. So, are you one of those that put the audience in a convoluted stage, convoluted position, that they're going to struggle to figure out what the truth is? But let's also remember we have a polarized society, divided society, heavily in politics. So people gravitate to where the information they want to hear. Now they come to you because they know exactly what the label are going to be saying. When it comes to me, I don't tell them what they want to hear, but I tell them what they need to know. So there are two divided roles in that process. Now, I am asking, will you, at ending point, given the alarm that you are giving now, will you undo that sort of way of doing things?
no, no.
Why? Why?
Because I'm not bound by the journalistic ethic that you're bound by. No, I'm not. I'm leaving, I'm sending it out there. I give it to them raw meat to the audience. They will decide. And you know, yeah, my Esther come here. Yeah, I come here again to my talent. No, we laugh about it. But do you know how serious that is? When was
Oh,
the
you,
last time you go watch CBS News and you say, I come in with talent? No. You expect that they have already filtered all of the words that are not going to be comfortable. But for us, we throw that out there, except the fact that we have some moral standard. That's two different things. Journalistic ethic and moral standing are two different things. I can be higher morally, but journalistic ethic I don't have. But I will put it out there. The words that I'm going to use to describe it is a different thing. But so this thing is much more complicated than that. All I can say to you, coming year or so, Liberians must be able, despite us having our own side. If you listen to somebody who supports President Bakai, listen to the language that he used to describe the situation. Listen to the language that he used to describe the opposition. Is that acceptable to you as Liberian? Is it acceptable for me,
is it
Samson Doe,
acceptable?
the
Is that
supporter of President Bakai? Let me finish. The supporter of President Bakai to describe CDC as though they are not Liberian. Is that acceptable to you? Listening to me. You're going to have to make that decision. And sooner or later,
do you
when the
judge
world,
yourself? Do you judge yourself after this episode? You are there to satisfy your base, so you are very calculative. You are very great in putting these words together. But do you, after the show light gone off, do you judge yourself? Why did I do this?
yes, what's going to happen? Just like the Republican Party, they're suffering internally right now. Yes, what's going to happen? The Republican Party, and I've been here around for a very long time. When I came back 1982, 81, Mr. Soul, when I got back on this soil, I came with a serious baggage. And I started taking news and politics very seriously. I started watching intensely because I wanted to find out what happened. or myself. Now, the Republican Party those days, they were in majority. I mean minority. They were nowhere to be found. Newt Gingrich, when he came to Congress, he decided to challenge. His first test was to challenge the speaker, the former speaker, they call him Jim Wright. Taper Newton, the guy from Massachusetts, nobody can, you speak there, said, come here, man, you put a man on the other side. This is what they used to do. Then when you watch C-SPAN now, you will see they will turn the camera on the side of the audience where there's no audience on that side. Before, they just turn the camera straight to the speaker, and he will be speaking as though audience were over there watching. Deceitful, truthful story. Republican decided first they were going to go to the school board, local school board. They started infiltrating the local school board. Then it went up to the local county level, state level, federal level. By that time, when they got to federal level, they have what they call freedom fries, something like that. They started coming up with all kinds of names. Now, this time, they wanted power so much at all costs. They decided, you know, people like what we have now, what you call MAGA, many of them used to be supporter of David Duke. But David Duke dared to show his face in public. He will be ridiculed. He will be rebuked. He was a member of Ku Klux Klan, according to the story.
Ku Klux Klan, yeah.
Yes. Now, the Republican Party today, they wanted power so much, it didn't matter how they get power. They decided they were going to lay in bed with the devil. And they brought those people up, the worst. And they got the power. They got the power now.
Bring in Mr. Terry Collins.
They got the power now. They said, but that's not what we want. How do you get rid of those people? You can't. They are devout. These people came with so much, there was so much at the bottom before, on the ground. But now they has opened up. And they're in majority in the Republican Party. And those who wanted the Republican Party to go back to where it was, they're in minority. They don't have much power. And this is exactly, if Liberia and Liberians are not careful, this is what we will end up. You wanted to divide us so much because you want power. That if you are successful to divide us, and you got that power to bring us back, Mr. So let me finish, please. To bring us back as Liberians, to bring us back to be united, which you need to effectively govern, it will be difficult. And you will start rooting one side. And as a result, the split among us will continue to happen. And then you have proliferation of social media where people are something told there who have no training, journalistic, whatever it is, they are talk show hosts. But again, I'm not bound by the journalistic ethic. I can say it. All I know is I shouldn't lie. But what I filter on, I don't filter. I tell you what it is. And I'm leaving it to you to make that judgment. You, on the other hand, Mr. Soul.
Are you another version of David Duke, fair to say?
No. No. I'm a liberal. So there's no way I can have the stomach of a conservative. I'm a liberal. I cannot be David Duke.
Okay.
However, I'm one of those fly-by-night journalists. I'm not bound by the journalistic ethic. I give it to you as it is. Mr. Kuhn, according to the story last night, the Kuhn, it seemed to be that Speaker Kuhn was sleeping with his sister. You see that? You see that? But it was stated that yesterday. How does that benefit Liberians? How is that going to help the developmental agenda of the president? What that got to do with the country? Except to say that we have somebody who perhaps, according to us, according to our own moral standing, that he is not on par to lead. Is that true statement? Have we versed this information out? Have we truly authenticated all of this information we put out? No. But those talk show hosts are not bound by the journalistic ethic to go through that. You can't hold them to that. You can't take their license away because they don't even register with you anyway. Mr. So, the political guru is on again tonight. I'm enjoying myself. Thank you. Let's hear from.
Okay, let's welcome Terry. Terry, good evening. Good to have you here. How are you doing today, buddy?
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you all and LPR Radio. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and our many thanks. Yeah. We were just having some casual conversations, our own responsibility, whether you are a radio host, you're a journalist, your talk shows, by virtue of the fact you sit behind the microphone, people listening to you, be it 1%, 2%, those information trickle down to other beneficiaries that you don't know but extend. And I was just wondering, as we gradually roll into 2026, what could possibly be our own responsibility? But I pray for you. You were saying here, I had a good, the liberal already, he got his salvations, his redemption.
Pray that prayer. Please don't not ready pray again. Pray that prayer. We say thank you for praying for all. Who you pray for, leader one with God. Thank you.
But are you praying for us to become seditious, weirtions, or are you praying for us to become? But anyway, yeah, because I don't know what the prayer about, but I do appreciate the prayers because myself I need prayers.
Why would you think I would pray for you to be a sedition? Not any other person?
I don't know because
we don't know. You just you pray
so we don't know whether if we are going on the other side now or we want to be independent,
what?
you know.
So let me just bring you into this phrase here. You know, for so long we've been talking about this whole thing. And the reason for that is the challenge that we have faced, the proliferations of information processing nowadays, whether it's on the radio, it's online, whether it's a talk show host, whether it's a program host, which are two different things. Now it has become very convoluted, very difficult to process information. And I tell you what, there was a story posted on our Facebook page the other day. I didn't see it. I really didn't have the time to go through it. And then somebody gave me a hand when I went through it. And I saw that was not right. I mean, it did not follow the chain, the process, the ethics in terms of hearing from both sides. And with the whole 22%, you cannot have people claim to be 22% and then and just say sources say sources. That's not what the court sources say. If you hear it, you a profession, there are three things that you can do. You can place a phone call, you can send an email, you can talk to anybody who is member of the parliament, whether he or she aware of anything. Now, then you can quote that person. That person, you don't have to say it. You can ask them if they want, if they get a consent. But to just throw something out there, I'm just wondering, I'm saying how this thing has become a process. Like the incident yesterday, I wouldn't have done, if it were me, I would have done it differently. But we have this sort of instant processing of news. If I get news about you, there's a provision you can hold that news. It doesn't matter because you want to do your due diligence. I also want to talk to you, even though somebody told me something about you. Out of courtesy, I got to either call you. If you don't pick up call, if I get an email address, I can send you an email, or I give you a specific time to get back to me to say, hey, this is what I heard. This is what I've been told. I'm going to be having a conversation about it. I'm also going to give you an opportunity. In the meanwhile, do you have any response? I would not be interviewing somebody and then instantly, because to satisfy the public, because the public always eager to get information. And then while talking to you, Terry, and Sam, the liberal making power, Terry is having a live interview there. I say, I want to call Liberal in. You kill the substance of the conversation. You understand your ground. He understand your ground. The whole case there. So I'm just wondering, as we all move towards 2026, how do we intend to make the country, the bigger picture, to be a beneficiary of this? If you here as a macro, you sit behind the microphone and you take a defiant position, you defend, you compare and contrast, which is part of the conversation. How do you intend to roll it out in 2026?
Well, that's a very good question and loaded with a lot of information. But here's the thing, we got to differentiate between social media age to journalistic profession. They are not the same. Those who
Yeah,
do
yeah, yeah, exchanging text, eh?
no,
Yeah,
maybe a little,
that man will not move on that man. I had him my
no.
own here.
Those who no, no, but Mr. So you my man. You know you've been my man for a long time. So there is the thing here, Mr. So we are in a different era, and whether the people like it or not, we're in a different age. In the age we're in, you see there are certain jobs that was like very active, like photographers. You don't see photographers anymore. These jobs are literally vanquishing. The reason is because we are moved into another era. So there are certain things that we used to see people doing. We will not see it again. It's the same way with this media thing. The media thing with Facebook, everybody having their own opportunity to speak, is eradicating certain profession and making certain profession to not to be less attractive. And one of those professions happens to be the journalistic field, because especially for our society, anybody can get on anywhere and become a talk show host and host a talk show. A talk show host is different from somebody who is a professional journalist, you know. So the only thing I see here is this. If a talk show host take the microphone and present information to bring us somebody down, and the information they're trying to present define the character of that person, you can take the man to court. That's what the court is there for. If you don't feel that, because you also must understand that these guys who do these things, these commentators and all of them have a political affiliation. You're living in a democratic system wherein propaganda, people use propaganda as a tool to bring down certain political leaders. So you as a political figure, public figure, when you know that your character is defamed, you take the man to court. We're not going to close the man radio station down because the man brought somebody on a platform that says certain things about you. We're not going to do that. If you may enough, take the man to court. That is something happened to Randy Sear. And when they put Randy Sear in jail, he was baking. He started baking because they charged him $1 million. He started baking, send that time king to himself. So until we can move from that position wherein we say, oh, you know what, the man they're talking, the people not supposed to be on social media and start suing people for defaming people's character and using, all kind of sarcastic remarks, because Facebook too have criteria, they got
They have
law,
their own
they got
community policy.
policy
They have their own guy.
that you
Yes.
cannot bully people. These guys that just get on social media and just bully people, their pages can be reported and they can be suspended. If they continue, they can be removed. Facebook can delete their account. You just have to follow the right procedure to make sure that you lay your complaint to Facebook, and then Facebook will take action on that person, or any social media or app is going to take action on that person, especially when that person is bullying another person. You can report the page, you can follow up on it, and you can make sure that that person page is totally deleted. And when we start taking these kind of actions, then it will stop. But as it stands, if we just say, oh, you know what, they're leaving monopoly and thing, we'll just leave it. But let me, the government, if I were the government, I'm not going to look at St. Waterspoon Radio and close it down, because when you do it, you will gain more popularity. What you do is that you go for the man himself and sue the person. The person can be in America, you can sue them for defamation of character. Once they go to jail 1 or 2 times, they face the law. I'm telling you the truth, they were bound, they will come to themselves. Because like yesterday, I myself didn't even know what was going on. I couldn't make sense of the whole saga. But this is a political terrain, you know? Yeah. And that is just my own liberal. I mean, Mr. So.
Are you part of this? Do you intend to shift the gear, the narrative? But people people doing that. You have a base already. You have supporters, the likes of Clarence Davis and others. They like to see you and the Liberal forming a sort of coalition in a very concise message to your base. So obviously, you're not going to go away, right?
Mr.
Like the
Mr.
Liberals did.
Well,
So,
Mr. So I am not a one-sided guy who would just say, okay, yeah, because I support this man or I support the rescue mission, I will be with them. I'm a man who stands for what is right. And you can see that when I take a position, I take a line on the show, I take a line. But and I know plenty of my rescue people, they don't like me for that because why? They don't see me to be balanced. And I'm not balanced or to say, oh, I will rescue and I will then forever until even when you're carrying on in the hole, we go in the hole. I see you we go in the hole, then I'm gonna be with you, we go in the hole. No, we're not gonna do that. You know, even if the puppet made error, I will come here and say it. But some unnecessary talk that the sedition they can be bringing all on the show, when they come with it, we will counter it. You know, and but you know we don't use defame words. We don't
No, no, and that's the good thing about
bash
it. Even the
people here.
audience, that's
You
one of the
know,
things I trust. Very
Mr.
suddenly, sometimes people get tricked off
right?
with it. Yeah, Liberal, you want to say something?
Yeah, no, I want to disagree a little bit with Mr. Collins on the idea of reporting and sue and stuff like that. Those, yes, but where are you suing the people in Liberia? And we know the judicial system in Liberia already. We know what
What
they.
happened to it?
No, Mr. Soul, please. I'm not gonna even. You see, that's the difference between you and myself. I'm not bound by the ethic. I can just throw it
So
out there
you just say it anyway, as a
and
counter, you
move
go
on
through it
and
all?
move on. I don't have to kind of define where it is, where not it. They level you to take it. You on your own. God with you. But let me say this. Let me say this, Mr. So.
What a trouble. What a mess we
We
do.
have we have
So, liberal, if the person is in America here and they defaming your character, you can't sue them in America. You got to sue them in Liberia.
no, I'm just saying in Liberia, but yeah, you can sue them here as well. You can sue them. It's lawyer to lawyer.
Yeah.
They're not just gonna get and put a person in jail, but that's not even the main issue here for me. For me, there are those you might think that they defaming somebody's character, but the law are there that protect free speech here in the United States. So for you to sue somebody for defamation, it takes a lot for the court to
What?
even accept it because of the fact that you have freedom of speech, free speech. Now, if we were to sit here and have invite a guest who will come and say something about someone else, and we'll reach out to that person to say this is being stated. What do you have? We have document to show. You for that person to come back now and take us for defamation, it's going to be difficult. So my thing is, we Liberian ourselves will be the real quote if we start seeing people not tuning in drove to watch a podcast because they have salacious information about someone else. That would deter us, to be honest with you. Other than that, I think you can't stop it, Mr. So this is like Mr. Collins was saying, a different era, and this era here is full with potholes. Now you haven't seen anything yet. They got AI going around. I can sit out here and somebody take my video right now and turn it to something else, and everything that I'm saying, turn the words around, but my hand movement, my face movement, everything remain the same. The AI. We're leaving liquor talk behind. We're going with AI. You got problems. And that's on a very serious note. A society like ours need to prepare our citizens of what to come. Because these things bound to create confusion in a society that is not sophisticated. In just a matter of time. These things, if they are not, if people are not informed properly of things to come, and we allow for people to come and manipulate the system because our people are not sophisticated enough, we're in trouble. And it's just a matter of time
I
before
just feel so
before the
bad.
people push
Can I
back.
put this in real quick? Can I
Mhm.
put this in? Deformation of character labor is not hard to use on somebody. I think you saw the girl in Australia. What happened to her? Deformation of character is making false statement presented as fact that harms someone's reputation, published to a third party, and causing damages like financial losses or emotional distress. Categorized as slander, spoken, or label. The reason why these things are not happening is because we don't do it in Liberia. Liberian people, we are cultural.
Yeah,
We're not going to take action on somebody because they say something
exactly.
about us.
But
Public
but
people will come
Mr.
beg you.
Mr. Collins, let me push back on that. What you just read, that's the definition. And the language that you just read to us, there are words in there that lawyer can take those words apart.
I
That's
agree.
their job. So
I
if you
agree,
think
but
that you have a case,
No, but it
because of
doesn't mean that
the definition, if a good lawyer comes in and turn that definition around, you got no case now.
no, you
but
can't
how
say
do
that.
deformation
And
is
I
a
think
crime?
this is what we miss, and it has become a grown thing in our society, in our community. I think that anybody can just sit and insult and say anything. Even you being a journalist does not even exempt you from the fact that you can go to court, you can go to jail. The consequences are very huge. But because we are always in it, oh, we'll let it go. Yeah, forget about it. Because we are impatient or we just do not want it. Now, like yesterday, it's a how do you call it? SNL. It's like a midnight show entertainment because the two people, Gibson, what sometimes when people are asking a very legitimate question, but again, the receiving end and people who were hosting, that's not what they were not opted for that. The other person that came in, they allowed them to slide away and talk thing. You say this is your brother, the brother people, and you cannot even identify, and nobody even had the guts to even push that. You can't. You just say, yo, you don't know them, but you know them as a brother, and you not even know your brother. The woman on the other side that the husband people you not know. I mean, that was a complete SNL show. But again, we see how politically is charged is dangerous for us. It's not good. I don't know how it got there, but again, it's the same old thing because of the polarized society that we have. So people are going to do it, and but that is just bad. You remember when we started thing, there was no Facebook Live when we used to do it like on a teleconference. That was what 10 years or whatever years
Almost
ago.
18 years ago.
Yeah, Kwame Weeks, who is
Wow.
yeah, who was Kwame Weeks, the former Elena director. He was the webmaster. I had an interview. Who was this person? He participated. And one of our guys is in Canada at that time, and he made an accusation. He accused him, not even
They
accusation. He
call it
said,
Minnesota at that time, Minnesota Web.
yeah, web. Okay, I had this guy here, and he did from there. There was a story, not even accusing. He was very definitive that this guy was so fighter and this and that. And it didn't stop there. There was an article written on it. When the whole immigration saga came, the man left and went to Canada. Time came to do his paper. I was surprised after 8 years plus. One night he called me, you're in Canada, I tried to do his work. So, oh, do you have this and luckily we had a other question in the website because when that guy did the store when he said, and this is why when people say something about you and you know it's not right, especially if it is said in a public domain and is followed with a written article, you got to be very careful. So what he did, he was a smart guy. He just he rebutted to it in writing.
Yes,
When
I know. I know.
do his paper, I don't know what happened. How, so these people, they monitor everything. They pull that information. Oh, you so. Then what? That time was voice of Judah.
Right.
You were interviewed on so program. You were accused. They say you were so. You kill people.
Mm.
And what do you have to say about that?
Right.
He said no. Was there a rebuttal? And he had to call me. We had to start going back to our thread. They had to call something story from the web to send that out, because if I just come and say something about you, it's not anything for now, but you don't know where you're gonna go next time and
Right.
people are gonna get it. So the
Right.
idea of people just coming on that, I'm telling you, I was shocked. I was saying that it was because of that reporters. They were able to give him something because I mean he came out publicly and denounced what that person said, not just only in verbally, but it was something was written, and the person they didn't come back to say, oh no, to go back and forth. So people sit down and just throw certain things because of the kind of society, the politics that we have now. People want to do this. It's I don't know where we are going as a people. And this is why things are becoming tougher and tougher every day. They see this thing, they listen. You saw the other one that was walking by line going to court in Philadelphia. So so yesterday now, like what Liberal said, what is the end game? What are you gonna get out of it?
But
I
she
mean,
was supposed to go to the. She was.
it's wrong with I don't even get the other side yet. Now I think his speaker too. I saw the article, whether it's actually his Facebook page, I don't know. But remember, these people, they are high profile people, so people follow them. Embassy, other people
Right.
follow in their stuff too. He wrote something to say that his sister, and if anything, the sister will go to court.
That
If
why I
it,
say he's not smart. That guy
yes,
is not smart.
if it is a profile picture, I mean profile,
That guy is
then
not smart.
then it's a serious problem.
Right. That's a
I
serious
don't know.
problem.
This is what happened. I said that here before. Most of our people, the reason they do these things because they're so mean and selfish. They don't have advisors. They feel they know all.
Right.
They don't have consult. If they have any consultant people, they just have them that are people and they take the money. But here you see these people. The people here, I don't care. There are certain offices when you occupy, you have experts, you have consultant, you have spokesperson. But you see how people every little thing they run to media. You don't even this is why you don't just go to the news like you on somebody talking about you, people just call you online, can interview, and then you get answer, you start talking. Come on. They don't do that. They don't do that. You have to, you need to know what you're going to talk about. You need to have a clear cut because when you put it out there, it's gone. It's gone for good. People take this video, they download it. Even if the original author delete it, it's already been downloaded. People already record it. You can delete it. The people
Definitely.
get your audio. Now he just jumped up and just now write something. Not even his spokesperson to say, well, the person did it in isolation, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what is for him. But it's a society that we have. So
How
let's
can you? But so this issue is very important
okay, if that
because
is
myself, I read what he said, right? And looking at your position as the speaker, because he's the guy who was defending him also wrote. Then he
yeah,
himself officially wrote.
yeah, fine.
So if you are saying that this woman is not yours, if this woman is your sister, the truth here is, did she really send for you to come to America on marital status? Because that
Or
you are
you slept with
speaker
your
of
own,
the house.
or you slept with your own sister?
Or you said so you can't come out and just say, oh, my they the woman and my sister, blah blah blah. Because once you say that now as a speaker, then you establish a fact that lead us down the rabbit hole. So, and the international community is watching. And Trump is not playing with this kind of a criminal activity. So you as a speaker of the house, you were not supposed to respond. If you wanted to respond, do it through the court. Take the woman to court and deal with her in a court. But do not come publicly to say, oh, you know that my sister, I told her to refrain from it. That social media, you as a speaker, that social media you will go right on. Social media, like the same thing on the book profile you used to do. You used to, when you get ready to go do a thing, you write on on Facebook. That what today he input. You gotta be careful when you are speaker to address certain issue involving you, even if it's a propaganda. You know? But yeah, I think
I don't know. I
that
just
was not smart.
sometimes it's just, and that's a societal help. So yeah, back to our conversation here. And the liberals now say he's not going to change course. He's not bound. There's no bounding on him. There's no any hinge. So he's going to do what he will be doing here. But then the question becomes, are we also a contributing factors that is hurting the society based on knowing very well things we have, we need to verify it, we need to put it there. But again, we are in a society that is so much involved in a different forms and contexts. So people do
What I think you gotta put it into vote by your audience. And you have an audience, you can put it into vote
vote on
and
one.
see. Well, it's a year end evaluation as regarding the show. What do they see like they like and what do they see they don't like? Then maybe
Well,
they
even
can make a profound,
it don't let me. That was me, no G.
You see there?
you know, but
No,
the
when you have
audience.
this is a kind of
Okay.
Prince, I'm waiting to get those information, some of those checks and see maybe they
Oh, yeah,
Prince,
Prince made some sarcastic allegations. We want to debunk that as well. But these are the things too, better. So you gotta be checkmating your people because they come here and just put
no, they
all
are not
kind of
my people. I
gibberish.
was saying he called
No, they
no,
are
but
FBI people.
yeah, is the thing here, and this is where the liberal must say
Labor
different.
is not getting
You know,
nothing from this government.
we can hold our
Me and Labor.
eh?
Me and Labor Prince accused of getting money from the government. We don't get checks
Are you
from
getting
no
that money?
government. We
Are
don't
you
get
getting
nothing from government.
all you do
The-
then you just respond to him. That's it. You don't have to go
But that
into
one we got to
argument.
clarify to make him to understand that we're not getting it before other people start running with a sedition, then they will kind of say, oh yeah, labor, you getting something. Because that's how they can do, you know. Once they hold
So
you in that corner for you to move from there, you high.
so and this is where the tolerance comes in. Because when people accuse you of something, you become combative. The is being perceived differently. I mean, just quiet it, let them say what they want to say, and then when you take your time, you respond to it, not in anger or not because this person, because people do things deliberately to get under your skin. Okay, this man here, he noticed you're talking tabata. So what I'm going to do, I will disposition his talking point here tonight. I want to say
Wow.
something. I want to say something ridiculous there. And when you say it, you see the liberal there, all his blood vein and everything, everything boiling. So they know how to get here too. But you support this government, which is okay, and we want people to always express their feel, mind with what I will for or against. And the good thing I like here, the mutual respect for all among us. It doesn't matter who leading, who not leading, but we allow people to speak out. We do not exercise some sort of authority. Only one person is in the habit of doing that. Hopefully, part of the prayer in 2026, there will be a change. People
We hope those
being
people will
select,
change.
being selected who to call, not to call here. What is your expectations 2026 going to 2026 by the grace of God with the government you support? What would you like to see happening differently moving forward into 2026?
Well, I think the government need to take some very, very drastic approach. Number one, to create the opportunity in the economy. You see, seditions have they got one guy, the guy was on OK FM yesterday with Judas J. And that guy put forth some very beautiful ideas about the budget. And I don't know if they listen to him. He said something very profound that the 200 and something $1 million that got the $200 million that the how you call it Asila Meta is supposed to give to the budget you have been used as a legacy project for JMB. All right. And I thought that was a very profound thing because he said that particular $200, 200 million will never come back to the budget. It is not going to come back to the budget. It's a one-time money. And that whole entire money there, you could use that money, you could transfer that money to something that could create jobs in the economy by what? Empowering people, giving loans, to create a wet environment for people to thrive. So they are listening to interviews from moving Liberians on the street, can riders, motorcyclists. People are complaining about the economy. People are complaining, and whether you like it or not, this is very important for the Liberian people. And the reason they especially Monrovia, is stranded is because when they brought this system to get these motorcyclists from on the street, it created a stagnation in the economy, especially in Monrovia City. The reason being, motorcyclists, they generate a lot of money from riding. So the money they generate are what they're using to take care of their family and are what they're using to send their children to school. So when that cash flow is not flowing, there will be a go slow in the economy. This is the reason why you see there's a slow form of buying and all of that, because a lot of people have motorcycles to survive on a daily basis. So I want to see the government moving the goalpost to the people, wherein they are going to create some avenue for Liberians themselves to have a direct impact of a direct, they should feel directly from the budget should feel them. I want to see that happening. Also want to see that the government take a drastic approach on corruption, wherein people will be,
Are they not?
penalized.
Are they not doing it? Are they doing it now or not?
They're doing it, but it's slow. The justice minister need to go. I want to see a reshuffle of the cabinet.
Why?
The president. There are some people that are not just working. You got to drop them. You got to let them go. You got to bring in people that you know is going to work. Take, for example, look at the LEC guy. Everybody praising the LEC guy in the country. People are praising Gafwan. Gafwan is working. He carried the budget to 1.2 million, even though we have a lot of missed priorities. But people are working. So bring in people that are not working in your cabinet. You got to reshuffle the cabinet and change some people. I want to see some reshuffling going on in the public government. Either you switch some people to another location or you drop some people and bring new people on board. You see, because you have to be effective in your tier year, because that will be 50% of the 6-year leadership that the people of Liberia have given you. If this is when Liberian, by next year, this time, Liberians will have
You
made
check your
decisions
link.
regarding
I
the
check
next
your
election.
email. Yeah. So
By
yeah,
next year, this time, Liberians will be making decisions as to who to become the next president for Liberia. This coming year should be 2026 should be the year that GMB government should work tirelessly more than ever. Because this coming year, the opposition will formulate a new
so
strategy.
I often you always give time. It's a grace period. When is a cutoff time for your on a grace
My
period?
grace period is next year this time. By the end of next year, I myself will be making decisions as to where I'm going.
Next year about this time, December?
Yeah, 2026, December. By this time, I will be telling you, Mr. So, whether if I continue with the rescue mission or I'm on a different, I'm on the left.
Let's do it proportionally. Libra, do you have a grace period?
No. I mean, the president is here to do a job. He was elected for a specific time. That whole time is the grace period.
The liberal. You see, the political guru know how to speak.
I'm just asking. You know, the whole motorcyclist thing here, and this is why, good evening, Akwe, welcome to the program. Walk about I can see the man by the anytime we'll wrap on that. So I feel they never had a strategy. They were reactionary in getting it because part of the mission is say remove, move, but you must have a strategy in doing something. I talked to one police chief on that. Probably they are putting a good strategy while being a workable thing because those people they were in as much we don't want to cluster city. It's embarrassing, inconveniencing, blah blah blah. But we also remember those are people who were getting people to different point, different location. So if they had a strategy, they would have decentralized the operational movement of those people. The police, they were being used as a good revenue stuff. The Ministry of Transport, the police, they were designed. I don't know whether they get license plate, but they were designed a license plate. People that were in the border of Ghana Bay, you have those cyclists run within Ghana Bay. You have people in Painesville run within Painesville with different type of plate color. If you go, that's how like in Ghana and other places are how to do. If once you cross your borderline, you can pay heavy fine for that. You can pay. So it would be regulated. It would be much organized and stuff like that. But they were done hastily. The police were very aggressive. I'm not sure whether they were really trained in carrying out those mandates, taking some people thing. At the end of the day, they couldn't get it.
Yes, and Mr. So I'm going to put this in quickly. You see, I'm not against the strategy to clean the city and put this motorcycle at bay. Out of this capital, but do it in a way that you will have something for them to go to. There is no job.
The liberal that grace period that for GMB says yes. Okay. James Akwe, formerly of the State Broadcasting Corporation, so one of the strong supporter of the Boache. I don't know. I hope there are some people going to come here. You see, the CDC put the only thing about them, they were here when we were in power. Zablo came by, we can't see him. They were the one car. You see, that's the problem. This is now the conversation. The conversation starts now, but they're waiting on the eve of election. Then they want other Chinese people in Bay House overnight. And is even most of the party will reach out to them. They will wait when the election door end, then when they want to come, which is not a good strategy. James Akwe, good evening, welcome.
Oh yes, and good evening to you and to the rest of the other panelists, and Merry Christmas. Just a few hours to the day, and let me extend a hand of Christmas and Happy New Year 2026 and beyond.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody sent me a text. It's good. I was trying to reach out to you, and then you just send that message here. They said, "Well, no, Akwe formerly worked with the State Broadcasting Corporation, which should be the independent house of the government. But now Akwe is an analyst, or more or less. He's a supporter. So where is his independence? Where is the cap of the State Broadcasting Corporation?" So they are wondering, coming 2026, whether there's going to be a shift in your talking point.
Maybe Akwe has somersaulted, and the great strong word, the Bible, we sometimes read, and it talks about wisdom, about changes, about making decisions, about making choices. And also people, should not forget, and I'm still in media studies and analysis. The media in the 1930s and 40s is not the media like today. Today, what do you think of when you hear Fox? Let's be frank. When you hear Fox News, what comes to your mind? Which political party or institution? When you hear CNN, what comes to your mind? When you hear Al Jazeera. So, there is no form of, I don't know.
But next year, by the grace of God, to myself or find myself, because you look at that country, if you don't find yourself, you own your own.
So, trust me, you have to stand somewhere. Especially when you're talking about
phone calls have been coming in the past. I need to answer them now because
especially when you're talking about the national good of the country, and especially where you stand, and you see that people are much more joyous, excited, and happy. As a result of what happened, you can't punch that. You can't pugilist that. You can't go against that. What do
you hope to see happen? What you want to see happen in 2026 on
2026? I want to see a much more and forceful administration, a vibrant administration, a strong one, where resounding and positive decisions again can be taken and those decisions that will really have lasting effect on the Liberian people. And if it calls for, and well, like on the football team, we all want to score a goal, but everyone can score a goal. Sometimes it's important to take someone from number two and put them to number three. Maybe they can be able to perform well. And, I used to let play number six, take Akwe from number six, put him to number eight, and put Terrace to number six, so that he carry on the ball distribution and well, I mean, and maybe you pull a Libra and to number two, or put him in the goalposts, and take him from number five.
They will score plenty of goal. Go
Yes,
what?
so he might be able to perform there well.
I
You
mean,
know,
look at the goalkeeper.
yeah, the thing is, leadership has to do with having a vision, having a mind. To rebrand, having, I mean, the the ability to ruminate, cogitate well, and thinking through, and saying, I'm going to do this. This is going to work. If this does not work, what extra can I be able to do to fast track what I want to do? Look, fellow Liberians, and even those right now on the platform, the country has been, struggling when it comes to developmental initiative, man. If we look at just years back, Liberia's own role, when it comes to standing up and championing independence of other African states, countries, where did we go wrong? What happened along the way? The open door policy, you saw INO leaving the country, millions of dollars, corruption was there, things,
Okay.
just happen. But
We
I
can-
definitely, I hope to see 2026 to be that year that the nation will move forward. Like I usually
all right.
say, Liberians have chosen to make the rest of their life the best of their life. So I really
Okay.
do not think they're going to look back, because looking back, you don't want to turn the pillar of salt. No, you
Thank you so much.
forward
Yeah, we
ever.
came on late. We're going to be wrapping. We're not going to spend here, but we wanted to make sure. Yeah, this is what Mr. Jackson saying. Allow LPP. They send out the popular publications to non-partisan as well. I receive every week from, because there's a public relations on their party data collection. Very important to tell the people the directions of the party. The sustainability of political institutions in the country is that's the problem here. Okay, well, folks, today is Wednesday. Libra, what are you doing tomorrow?
I'm having my show.
Christmas Day?
I'm having a political show tomorrow.
Now, so are you still a member of the Liberty Party or
Yes,
what? Eh?
yes. Liberty Party
Why you
USA.
don't you control some microphone? Why you are so ashamed of telling people, the audience, the public, the background of your party? Why are you distancing yourself from the party?
I said Party USA, Liberty Party USA. I don't have to. I'm not distancing myself from them. I
You don't
am.
never talk about them. All you talk about is Unity Party.
Yeah. Well, we all want something for the old man. I must say I want job too. What wrong you, Mister So? The old man got to employ me now.
You
I
give
want
me one.
job.
You give me 1 week in the government, so you forget that one. They carry that for the way you afraid of trouble. That other people in our country, they let the corruption, they let initiate people, you run away quick. But
Some
anyway,
people ran
guys,
away. Some people ran away from LBS. I don't know if
the
he
man
can
went.
cover.
The man went there one time. That's the problem. The other time, oh, liberal. By the time the man start firing, I don't know who is, oh, this man, and I'm correct, man. You're not coming
No,
back empty.
when I go home, I will reach those people with it. What happened? But those are some of the things. These are why this government message is not being out there real well. You have ELBC or whatever program we were on. It was doing well. program. It's a Republic of Liberia radio station. Even a CDC, ANC, if they're talking tough, bring them on and let everybody go on there and discuss. When they got ready, they brought what's his name? Liberia 50 Cent. Y'all know who I call Liberia 50 Cent, right?
Jalo.
You don't know.
God.
They brought Liberia 50 Cent. They brought Noah Gacy. So they myself first I started saying
Noah Pie, he's so ridiculous like a
forget
fish.
it.
Oh, dear, my
So I
goodness.
decided, y'all go ahead. I don't want no trouble. Let them go ahead. You know, but you don't do those kinds of stuff. You don't do that. This is a public entity. And if it is if you want to just promulgate Unity Party programs, then Unity Party should sponsor
Right.
a television show.
Right.
And all you talk about is unity. But you can't have taxpayer money paying you, and then all you talk about is Unity Party without involving other. Then what happened to CDC? What happened to ANC? What happened to other people? It's this, and that's for when you want me to come be on with you guys. No, forget it. I will go on my
You know,
LPR.
they're also making a big mistake, and CDC had a mistake. They were unable to sharpen the message of the government. More or less, people are more protective of their job than actually promulgating the message of the government. So anything people say about the president, everybody like they were just quick to get distracted instead of making sure everything was done. But guys, look, Terry, Akwe,
Yeah, so I mean, let me just come here a little bit.
we are closing
Yeah,
now. We are
way
closing.
late.
just,
Akwe.
We
yeah,
are closing.
That's why you can
You
do
were
as
being
soon as
your
you
closing
close, then you
remark.
leave. That's why you did the other day.
No,
You
I'm
said
not
let me
closing.
you close and you
I said
leave.
we are closing. I'm not saying
No, I'm not closing. I just want to say something for 15 seconds. You know,
It will
just
be in your closing. It's going to be in your closing remark.
and the 15 seconds.
Hold on. That how majority black can start. With the 2026, we're going to move. The 2026, we're going to be moving in. Is direct demand. We got to. I know we are volunteering. People are not paying, but we
But you
have
got
to
to be
spend the
careful
time.
before you turn
And
20.
we hope.
We got to be careful how you do the
Sarah,
20.
you agree? You said you're going to be one of my whole co-hosts, right?
Yeah, but we don't want dictator. We do
What?
not want dictator in 2026. You can't come here and bully people and throw people around because you're some kind of whatever CEO, WO. You're not coming here as a dictator. We're not going to accept that. They're both going to investigate.
Who got the attributes of being like a dictator doing things here? That you. Abo, I will do this. I will do this with other. You run away. They'll bring you back here. Yeah. And then crying, your people crying, and they're calling people North Korea people.
Labor got us spicy. That's why the people let Labor show. Because when you talk all the thing, it's spicy, it spice up the show. You know, Labor is that you don't really mean those things, you just make the show active, you know.
Boy, you busting my secret for now.
So he's deceiving the public. He says one thing and then actually he really. You see, that's the problem we have. Okay, guys, let's wrap it up. It's 10:37. But yeah, thank you so much. Got caught up with little things, so we end up coming late here tonight. And to all our followers, we say thank you so much. Happy Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Saturday, good to have you here, my man Moses. Molu. I mean, someday you come on. Let's see whether we can talk and know how things go there. Sterling. I hope I'm calling your names. I got with me, colleague. We say thank you. If this is the first time, we wholeheartedly welcome you. We always welcome views, opinions. You have the right to agree with us, disagree with us, challenge on some of the things that we say. We always do it. And the respect, the mutual respect with one another, and isn't that way? I mean, regardless who's here, nobody's here. We all equal here. We put in the same tool.
Wait. This is an institution. You have a board that runs the institution. No, but you can't say we all equal. We're not equal. I'm the board chair. Where the equal come from? I'm the board chair. You can't make that kind of statement in public like that. I'm the board chair.
That's the trouble we have in the country. People are more concerned about their title than the function.
Oh,
chairman, this, a minister, but they don't.
well,
They are.
I'm functioning correctly. What do you mean? I care for my title. My title and the
Can you
function.
close? Can you close? Can you make a remark? So closing statement for her to go, please.
No, I will be the last. I'm the board chair. He will close me on. I will close. I know he, but as soon as my time comes, he will close the straight. So let me make a comment before. I know that man.
You already forfeit. You say you will be the last. I'm cool with that. Akwe, let's hear you.
And so, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I let me wish every Liberian and Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2026. And looking at the year 2025, there were some challenges, some pitfalls, and some gains made by the government. And I can only hope that the government can be able to look at some of the mistakes made in 2025 and be able to step on them and look towards 2026, 27, 28, and onward. I mean, taking much more bold steps, positive actions, and to avoid some errors made along the way. Tackle strong the issue of corruption, and let's do more about national unity. Let's also tackle more deliverables, do more things for the
All
Liberian
right.
people as promised
Thank you so
and
much.
during the campaign. And this, I guess, is going to change the political narrative. So
All right.
yes, also when it comes to the issue of public relations for the country or for the government, and let it be a single mood. I mean, we should not have different views, and it should be synchronized in a way that it reflects positivity of the country.
Let's leave
Great
it there,
job,
Akwe.
President
Thank you so
Boakai,
much.
and
Let me hear you,
great
Terry.
job, great job, President Boakai. Great job to LPR for continuously informing the Liberian people. Thank you so much again.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas and have a wonderful time.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear you, Mr. Collins.
Yeah, first I want to say thank you to LPR for allowing me to share my opinions on the show for the whole year 2025. Thanks to Mr. So, the CEO. Thanks to Labor. The consistency have been very awesome. Labor, and and the loss of Labor's son, we
Oh, are
still
not
have
consistent? Are the liberal consistent? Terry, come
no
on.
labor. I say the
Wow.
consistency of the LPR bringing the news and allowing us to talk. Oh, our Tabata here is a very, very good thing. But
All right.
my end game here is this. JMB, I would like for you, what you did today is welcoming. I'm very excited that you went home to spend Christmas. But I want you to take it on another level. Let all your
Is that
cabinet
where I think he's
ministers
supposed to
go.
dedicate something there? What's that?
He's supposed to dedicate something there. I don't know, but
Yeah, something. What
he
was that?
went home. That
Yeah.
is very welcoming.
I think some projects are supposed to be
Some kind
dedicated.
of thing. That's the only
Okay.
problem that I have. I just feel they just overuse the president. CDC
To
did that.
dedicate every small thing.
I
But
mean,
but
this,
actually,
I don't understand. But anyway,
I'm
go
just
ahead. I'm
excited.
sorry.
I'm just excited that he's going home to celebrate, and the money he's going to be spending, he's not spending it in Monrovia. He's spending it in his home on Christmas.
All right.
That is good for the president,
Even if
and
they're
I
putting
want
your closing
him to
statement here.
advance that. I want him to advance that by allowing his cabinet to go home during this kind of festive season. At least go home. The money you're going to spend in the city, go and spend it back home. See how your people looking and all of that. That is just a recommendation. And thank you very much for the show.
All right. Why your closing statement, Keto?
Thank
Oh,
you. I came up because I just wanted to acknowledge the network, and I also, say a big thanks to the CEO, the Labro, who, to me, she's a more comedian than political guru, and that's how you're gonna end the whole year this year. Political comedian, and I always
The way
say,
he came, we closing, we finish talking about our good thing, we closing that. Why you come for here now? You say we finish running away, we can't close and leave.
I could run away because I got bombshell for him. No, on a serious note, Labor, you bring a lot to this platform. interacting with our people and educating them on so many levels. I mean, the laughter is good for the show because there's so many stress around. The stress level is high. So sometimes we bring about good laughter on the show and other stuff. But it's a good show, and I'm proudly um love to say I'm happy to be part of this network. Mr.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much, Terry. It's a good thing you're on the network to bring about your tabata, even though your tabata can be outrageous tabata, but we still accept it. Thank you for that.
All right. Thank you so much, Keto. And again, just to let you know, we really, really appreciate your
Oh,
time.
Mr. So, I go back. Can I get a dressing too? The Wolagizi man.
Go ahead.
I could thank you for coming on the show. Don't run
Okay.
away from this show and just Waka is whipped on it on the now, still be coming back. Because we know you can here, you got your paycheck, and like Prince Sherry said, to be a public relation officer of the rescue mission, the field rescue mission. So continue after we whip there, 2029, come back again.
Okay, guys. Yeah,
But
thank
I
you
can
so
tell you this
much.
much that the CDC is not going to come back to power.
Uh, all
They
right.
keep dreaming.
Gentlemen, I'm going to mention it.
Mr. So you can't play
Gary,
the Christmas music, Joe. We have Christmas music. I thought you were going to play.
the man said making music.
Kesa, what's up, my man?
No,
No
the
problem,
Christmas
brother.
music, the man.
I
Okay,
gotta
yeah, my
make
brother.
my closing, guys.
Merry Christmas,
I
Oh,
Merry
you
I
Christmas,
I,
gotta
Happy
I
listen to
New
I
Year.
labor.
You
Yeah,
said
my
you
brother.
wasn't speaking, so
My
I
man,
don't
I'm
know
still
what
him. I talking, my man, for
you
tomorrow.
said you wasn't speaking. So,
I
Liver,
said, let me make my closing. I also want to say Merry Christmas to all of the members of our LPR family, the audience specifically, and the panelists themselves, those that are here and those that are not here. We really welcome all of you, and we really, really appreciate it. It takes a lot to come out here every day to expose yourself. Whether you're talking Tabata or not, but you're still exposed, and to come out here, it takes a lot. And I also want to appreciate that. Mr. So, the conversation we started with earlier is very, very interesting. And this is what I'm going to say on as I close. I told you already, there are few group here among us in these talk show host business or these platform. There are some true journalists, trained journalists among us. And you are one of those. There are some of us who are not trained journalists, but we can talk. And we come out here and bring out issues. The difference here is this, as I stated earlier. You, as a trained journalist, are bound by the journalistic ethic. I, on the other hand, I'm not. But I do have moral, and I will let my moral shine by being truthful in what subject matter that I bring in here. However, the subject matter that I'm going to be bringing to the Liberian people from time to time, I will expect the audience themselves to evaluate whatever it is coming out of us. You cannot just take this comment or whatever we tell you and run with it. You have to do your own due diligence by evaluating all of these statements. And as Terry completely the writer stated earlier, the journalistic field itself is going down because you have the social media that anybody can claim to be whatever journalist at school or whether they train or not. They come out and say these things. So Liberians, we have to be very careful who we listen to and what we take in as the way of making decisions that will affect our lives. I can come out here and dance for President Bakai. I can come out here and say all kinds of things that I believe to praise the president. You have to evaluate my statement. Don't just take it because I'm a liberal. Don't just take it from me and say, oh, yeah, that's it. No, work on it, see it. Now, as I close, Mr. Su, I want to also take this opportunity to thank you as we go into this Christmas year time. Thank you, and thanks to many of our supporters. And I myself again, as we go into, my son is still there in Liberia. But I will be going home to bury him, and many of you that are contributed to the burial process from the LPR family. I want to take this opportunity again tonight to say thank you very much. Once the process itself is closed, the CEO will help us out, and we will put the names of all folks who were able to contribute. At least I hope you will allow us to do that, so that we will tell you thank you very much. We don't just come here and talk and laugh every night, but we are family. And for that reason, you guys are coming in to support us. Thank you very much, Mr. So. I will.
Okay, guys, thank you so
I'm not
much.
done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm the board chair.
Go to the bathroom.
And finally, as a board chair of this institution, this Christmas we will launch an investigation of the CEO and Mr. Walter Carter stood here last night and told us today that Mr. Walter Carter was going to come here and be the co-host of this program tonight, and he was never to be found. We have to investigate what went wrong and what happened. Thank you very much.
I would like to apologize. No.
No. Sese going to initiate the investigation.
You cannot bring people forward to launch an investigation. I would prefer the pastor.
Ketona Iwo the thing. Ketona Iwo E.
I beg you, man.
Don't fool him. You not Iwo.
I beg you, Mr. So.
Don't mind that.
I know I will come. I will show Terry that it's good that Mr. So spoke last, because there's something he said. But only thing he just polishing it. Just tell Liberian people all the things I said on the platform about Joe Boaka and the Unity Party that was so tabata, that was so fake news, that was so falsehood. Then Liberian people agree, because a lot of time people say the poor come on social media and they get the other thing. Just say we talked about that, we fool the Liberian people. The poor hear you. Moving forward will be truthful.
No, thank you so much. Good night.
I will not even reply to you. Good night.
All right, folks, that does it this evening. I want to thank you so much for your time, your company, your tweets. We didn't open the line. We just thought we'd do it differently, but we really, really appreciate it. If this is the first time, we wholeheartedly welcome you. If you were not impressed tonight, come back tomorrow. Your suggestions, your opinion, you are at liberty to also. And if you want to be a contributor on this network to participate in these national conversations, let us know. This is not designed for specific or special group of people. All Liberians should be able to participate and talk freely about their country. You have the right to critique me, agree and disagree. All we call for is civility in our national conversation, so that we can arrive at a point where we can find resolution to the many problems confronting our country. We all do have shared responsibilities, not just on the national government alone. Our own commitment to the country, our honesty, our sincerity, that counts a lot. So it's just not only with lawmakers, executive or judiciary. We all do have a shared responsibility. With that said, folks, that's how we're going to draw the curtain this evening. By God's willing, same time, same stations. We say again, happy Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we pray that everything, all of the bad things leave within 2025 as we roll over to 2026. Let us go with prosperity, love, and good for the country. Until then, thank you so much and have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.